It's time for the visit with a person of high strangeness. Early in the year, one of my grandchildren had located a liquor store, and she was going to ask me how come they were privately owned liquor stores. Of course, I didn't have a clue. And so actually it was Ebony, she suggested I go and investigate that, and I did do that. And so the name of today's show is Vices, and so we packed up the car and we went up there and we talked to the gentleman, because we didn't know how this was going to work. And as it turned out, Miss Gregoire, God bless her, she always, when she runs out of money, she always figures out some kind of way to either penalize, she always penalizes somebody for something. And I guess in her way of raising money, she decided to get some privately owned liquor store. Sounds really good, wonderful things. You can go in there and you buy all kinds of things. We didn't concentrate on the liquor, of course, and we just wanted to know why that was. So we did this interview, and we partially got to the bottom of it. And of course, when I called the agencies to find out how this really worked, nobody seemed to, at this point, know why. But from everything that I gather is that privately liquor stores make more money for the state than, you know, if they come to the state, because even privately owned stores are regulated by the liquor board, and then they decide what it is we can buy and what we can drink and so on and so on. Well, anyway, it was wonderful that this gentleman came and was all excited about his new place, and so we had this conversation. And of course, when I went to Costco's and they wanted me to sign the petition, I did not, because something just didn't ring right compared to what I had just talked to the gentleman about. And so, hey, I want you to have a visual here. So let's go to one of, I believe at the moment, 6 privately owned liquor stores. And from what I understand, there will be more springing up pretty much everywhere. So come along and we'll see what they have. Privately owned liquor. And so we'll start you out with a cranberry twist.
Very good.
Silver bottles. And owls. A giant tattoo.
Grey Goose 34433.
Marilyn Monroe. Vintage car sets.
Wednesday.
Hot chips to make you good and thirsty. In case you're wondering why it's all this green stuff, hey, it is St. Patrick's Day. Shot glasses. Silver set of Jägermeister glasses. A lot of things is vintage, old.
Yeah.
Here's the owner.
My name's Gordon Boyd.
Gordon Boyd.
And we're here at Rainier Park Liquor and Beverage off of Yelm Highway. And it's a privately run liquor store. The prices are all the same, but I can carry other items like I have chips and salsa and beer and mixers and a good selection of shot glasses and decanters.
Pretty stuff. So tell me, you woke up one morning, you say, when you was a little boy, and you said, I'm going to own a liquor store, or how did that come about?
No, I was a school teacher for 24 years and had a restaurant for a couple years, and heard about this opening, and I applied, and luckily I got this. So
I've been in Washington State 40 years, and actually my granddaughter had been here, and that's how I knew about you. So it's working good for you?
Yeah, and yeah, I heard Chris Gregoire would like to open 10 more of these privately run stores. So yeah, I'm getting the word out. I'm doing more advertising, and every day new customers are coming in and just finding out about us. So yeah.
Meeting a lot of new people?
Yeah, probably, yeah, quite a few people I've met through here, and
And you a local person? No?
Yeah, I was born right here in Olympia.
Yeah, a lot of us kind of came from other places.
Right.
We Olympians now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I was born right here, and it's changed a lot. So.
And how long you been here?
We've been here almost 5 months.
5 months. Oh,
yes.
well.
So, and we're just off of Yelm Highway by the McDonald's and QFC. So. Come on in and see us, and
cool. And I'll show them some more pretties. And thank you for being so generous with me.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Cranberry juice. And then here's a display from the garlic lady. That's one thing I would not have expected to see in a store like that. Different mixes, drink mixes, and olive, organic, I'm sure. Cooking juice. Red hibiscus. Cocktail mix. And a crystal skull. Faceless ladies.
Okay, thank you.
Big buckets, and that's it. That's pretty cool, huh? I'm hanging on to the door here. Wine is good for you. I'm a non-drinker, but doesn't matter. And so I'm just gonna hang here for a minute. Now, one of the other things Miss Gregoire is always really excited about is our smoking issue. And then somebody had enough sense to give us some different choices. Now, I smoked for 50 years, and it's getting harder and harder to, take care of that vice, if you want to call it that. And because some of us actually smoke to ground ourselves, it gives us a clear head, if you will. So there are many reasons why people, smoke. And so I had heard about this, and I had seen it, and so I couldn't understand how this works, but I'd like for you to know it does. And so our next stop is going to be the West. What's the name of the mall? Anyway, we're going to go to the mall and talk to the people there that sell these genius electronic or computer cigarettes that do not come under the tobacco law, by the way. And so I'm going to show you those. And that's another way to work around the high prices of some of our vices. Yeah, today we at the Westfield Mall, and I bought some electronic cigarettes the other day, and I was so impressed with it. So we got permission to show you how this works. And your name, dear?
My name is Tom.
Tom, and you work for the vendor here?
I do.
Okay. Now, you said you'd be nice enough to show us how this works?
I will.
Okay, hang on.
Now what this is an electronic cigarette. This is a rechargeable battery. There's a vaporizer atomizer here, and then in the filter it's just nicotine and water. There's no tar, there's no tobacco, there's no chemicals or carcinogens. It doesn't cause lung cancer, and there's no secondhand smoke. So it's completely illegal to smoke inside, around people, anywhere you want. What it does, you just put the filter on the vaporizer, and when you inhale, the vaporizer heats up the nicotine in the water, turns it into a water vapor, and allows you to inhale it in a safe, non-harmful way.
You see it lights up, so for those of you with psychological problems that can't quit smoking, you just get used to. There's a difference in the what is
Tactile, having in your hand.
And after you, if that works. Now I understand it comes in chocolate.
We do have flavors that you can order online. Here at the kiosk, the only thing we carry is regular and menthol flavors.
And have you noticed I know a lot of people are kind of retaliating about the high tax prices. What is the reason people give you for coming here rather than a smoke shop?
Most of it is because cigarettes are way too expensive now to afford for people, so they come in here as a cheaper alternative. But a lot of people will also come in because it's a lot healthier.
And they want to quit smoking?
And they want to quit smoking, exactly.
Okay, so on a 1 to 10, what's the success rate, you think?
Our success rate is about 10% higher than with the patch of the pill, so it's about a 78% success rate.
Uh-huh. Well, that's pretty cool. I really like it, and I've smoked for 50 years, but I retaliated against the price increase, and that's why I came this way. You worked here long?
I have worked here. I worked here since last year, and then recently left to go to another job, but I left that job and I came back here.
So how long has this been in existence, do you know?
I believe the company itself has been in existence for about 2 years now, but it didn't really start the market to start selling until about a year ago.
Yeah. And so you're pretty pleased with the results?
I am very pleased.
You smoker yourself?
I smoked about 2 packs a day, and now I'm down to maybe 5 or 6 cigarettes a week.
Oh my!
Yep.
Cool. So I thank you very much. I'm going to take a picture of your place here, and we just went to a privatized liquor store before we came here, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is what I call the little computer device. Then this is the battery. Now it's plugged into the wall. And it's being charged. Vices pay bills, as we know, and we're still doing our part, and maybe not at the rate as we are expected to. And we have a couple of dollars left over to go to other places. And some people, their advice is to take a trip. Now, if you stop and think about it, we have a lot of tourists. We have cruise ships. We have people that come visit private parties. They come to Seattle. They come to ball games from all over the place. And in a lot of places, people don't understand why we are so regulated when it comes to things that we can do by freedom of choice. And so one of the friends actually went to Stonehenge in England and filmed that for us. Now I would like for you to know it was raining. It was windy, so when she talks, you can't really hear what she says, but it doesn't matter, because that's not the point of the whole thing. The point is so we can see, we can go somewhere and take a couple of those dollars we're not paying, and doing something with it. Besides that, if you notice, almost everybody there smoked, and so it doesn't matter what she is talking about. So just come along and enjoy the places that she looked at, and there's lots of languages, and of course we wouldn't have been able to translate it for you anyway. So come along with my friend on one of her vices, which is travel, and she'll pay a lot of taxes for that too.
Welcome to Stonehenge. We are right now in the parking lot before we get into Stonehenge. Lovely, lovely countryside here. Quite a few tourists and buses. There are other places to visit here. Take a look at the map. You'll see there are very many old sites. Just north of Stonehenge is Woodhenge, a Neolithic ceremonial monument. Just north is the ruins of a Norman church, a Neolithic artwork, and the old 4th, 15th century castle, which is to the west. We'll have to go visit those if we can. If you look just past the parking lot here, there are some mounds. You can see where clearly it's a trail, but people are taking a walk up there. These mounds look like large versions of our monument mounds we have in Washington. People are standing on it. We'll have to go out there. There we have another one. So we zoom in on it. I don't know if we can go out there.
Right, no, I know what to do. You go to our Rachel's, and when we've got Corey for us, when we've got Corey, you take the other Rachel.
Again, the rest of the countryside. Now, Stonehenge is actually across, behind me, across the freeway. So we're going to walk over there right now. Now, to get to the other side of the freeway, we're going to walk underneath this tunnel. I want to show you some stones up close. Here we wait in line. Pay to get in. Sunday afternoon about 3. This is the tunnel that we're going to go under the freeway. And if you look at the very end, there's a little painting. Okay, we're coming out of the tunnel, and there we are. First sight of Strangeness.
I knew you were going to do that. Come here. Jordan. No.
There are quite a few people here. As you can see. Now, all around Stonehenge is a burrow, like a ditch, as you can see that. Circles around. Sometimes you'll have a little offshoot. Yeah, a little closer. There's a crow on top, guarding. See how old they are. There's a crow. Hello, crow. What do you see up there? This is called the Station Stone. Now, Stonehenge is directly behind me. And this is on the west side, and directly on the other side, parallel to this stone, is another Station Stone. Again, we are on the west side. There's some smaller stones within. Now, all around Stonehenge is a path that circles it that we need to stay on. They say there are two types of stones here. The inner stones are the blue stone, which we believe came from Wales. And you see that burrow. It continues to go around. And if you look closely, you'll see the rush hour on a Sunday. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I want to show you the other station stone. Remember, the first one was directly across on the other side of the circle. And then just beyond that, they have what they call slaughter stone. What I want to show you, so it's getting late in the day, the sun is starting to set,
I think you've just changed to
and it is cold, but thank goodness it's not raining.
Sorry.
So I think I'm going to head on out to my next stop. This is the little town of Amesbury where I stayed last night, and this is the inn I stayed in. Good little town. And that's the pub that I met with. I had a couple of drinks with some old men last night. Even a copper. That's a cop. So this is a typical little English town. And it's now time to move on. Now Amesbury is located just a few miles south of Stonehenge. And here's an old church in Amesbury. And there's an old cemetery there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drive down this road and go over the River Avon. So driving on the left-hand side of the road, I needed to pull over for this lorry here. And another. And here I go. And Buckingham, the little town that we're staying at while we're working here. So just one angle of one of the street cars. And the name of this road is Spring, which explains to me why I see all these school kids coming down the road. I'm going to walk through the town for a bit so you can get an idea of a typical English little community. This is the outskirts of town. I'm kind of in the back alley part. Here's another shot of the hotel I'm staying at. Very nice hotel indeed. Videos. Behind me is the church. Another shot of the church. Sun setting. Of the village. Here we have the town square during rush hour. And that over there is the old jail. Here I am back at my hotel. And there is the beginning of the sunset. And here is my very posh room that the company has put me up in. You can see it. Very elegant, wouldn't you say?
That footage. That footage had some problems, but we cleaned it up as much as we could, and so you see, different people do different things to relax or to think or to get in touch with their spiritual self or whatever. So then in 2005, the same lady had her and her mother had planned a trip to Poland, and I'm stuttering, I don't even know why. You see, I'm not smoking, I can't think. They had planned a trip to Poland, and when their travel time came around, by coincidence, the Pope had died, and so they were celebrating their memorializing the Pope. So they had the memorial in Poland for the Pope, because he was a Polish national. And what struck me and what kind of came to me was when you have, regardless of what we do, good, bad, or indifferent, there comes a time when patriotism takes over and we all do the same thing. And it's so wonderful. This next clip we're getting ready to show you, we're going to take you to Warsaw, and we're also going to take you to the place where the Pope was born, Krakow. And when you notice the people, everything's quiet, nobody's doing anything that anybody could consider a vice, you know. And you can hear the music in the streets, you can see the candles in the streets, and it seems like the whole country at that point stopped everything. The stores are closed, and it's time for reflection and mourning and things like that. And I thought that we would work that in here for you, because it shows me that there's a time for everything, and that was just a time to be in unity and do things very subdued. And it's a pretty good footage, so if I may say so myself. And so we're going to take you to Poland, to the memorial of the Pope. Okay?
Outside the hotel window in Warsaw right now, and you can hear the man's talking. It's a priest. There's a huge mass going on right across the street from us, which is actually behind me. This is a view of our window at night. You can hear the singing. People holding candles right there. Looking out the window at the mass that's going on simultaneously with the funeral in Rome, in Warsaw. The Pope's burial in Warsaw. Out the window from our hotel that was staying at. 2 o'clock in the morning last night, there's a massive thing going on out here. It's very tight. This is the hotel we stay at. There's the map. old town, pre-war. You can see way down here. We're heading toward the local police. Part of the old town. This is a movie theater. Because it's a funeral today, all the stores are closed, but the restaurant's open. A lot of people walking around the roadside. This church over by Old Town, you can see down here. We still have a mass going on in Rome. You can hear it broadcast over the street. These are people who can't get into the church. But you'll see that everywhere you go, you'll see, every church you go, you'll see candles and flowers. I just love watching the people. Candles that you want to offer, or the flowers. Clean hands. Millions and millions of candles have been burning all night. I believe. Oh, where all the security and the law enforcement is. Yeah. Russian palace, built by the Russians after the war. They say the most beautiful sight of the town is from this building, because you can't see it. Dogs on the there's dogs on the palace. Leaving Warsaw. Private garden. Osaka. Seat you stayed on. There's Mom way over there. Mask of the Pope. side glass. Push through here. This specialization was the into here PLN. Zakopane, up in the Tartar Mountains, and looking out the balcony of the room we're renting out of his home. And just looking around. If you look over here, you'll still see the snow on the ground. We're going to go for a walk. This is our room. Dark here. It's all pine. Very small room we rented. Where we stayed in Zakopane. Red-green brick. Dog.
The sun really disappeared and it really is raining now. Wasn't it wonderful how the people were all in unison and how they did these things? And so now we're going back to our vices because we're getting all lively again. We're going to fly to Amsterdam, to the red light district. It's really shaky in some places. That's because there's so many lights and they're all moving, what do you call these, neon lights and things like that. So it looks like it's really busy, but that's what the streets look like. So if you want to go to a place where you can virtually do anything, Amsterdam's the place to go. So we're going to fly in there and take a really quick peep and then fly right back out. Okay, so let's go to Amsterdam.
Quite nice. Amsterdam to so right now it's temperature 4 degrees Celsius, which equals about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Next to do flight
It's the 1st of July today. I was watching the news, and they had a segment on people that live beyond 100. And one of the things they were talking about, they interviewed some of the old people and wanted to know what they did to live so long. And it was a couple of ladies. They said, live fast and drink good liquor. So I had to laugh. So I thought that fit right in here. And excuse me. The economy is really messed up at the moment. We understand that. And creative people, musicians, keep saying, but there's just such a vast population of people that enjoy things occasionally, and these syntaxes are just too much for some of us. So it's not that we don't want to have the parks and the teachers and all of that. We're just smoking as fast as we can. Some people drink as much as they can, and we just can't do anymore. So the next time when we ask to sign the petition, maybe we'd like to think about the people involved and how it affects them. And vices are, I don't even know why they use that word vices, because sometimes that's just people's life, and we would really like to, in a non-judgmental way, be treated like we do have the freedom of choice. If you know, drunken driving is wrong, blowing smoke in your face is wrong, and most people are really, really more responsible than that. And so I think Stonehenge really fit into that, because it gives us time to think and reflect and see who we are, and get away from the stress that we call our everyday life. And so in a way, I hope you enjoyed today's Vices. I don't know how I am for time. If I have some time of it, we're gonna go dancing for a minute or two. But so please look at the petitions and see what it is, what it entails. And I so thank the wizard, the computer wizard, that thought about making electronic cigarettes. So people say, what are you going to do today? Well, I'm going to go home and smoke a computer chip. Oh, I hope this show was as much fun for you as it was for me. And next week, what are we going to do next week? Next week, we're going to talk about UFOs. How about that? And then I hope you have a wonderful summer, and whatever you do, please be responsible, okay? And we'll see you next week. I just spotted a spider, so I'm gonna hightail out of here. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
stage, all the way from the Emerald City. Lady B, Ray Lewis, and Annette Jackson. Put your hands together for Society Child. Thank you very much. Thank you. Y'all keep putting your hands together if you want to.
We got sunshine. That's nothing to celebrate. I am ready to have some fun. I'm ready to have some fun. You ready to have some fun? Are you ready to have some fun? Party is on the dance floor. Come on, let's have some fun.
Swendy working on the new version of Lilian, Miss Lilian. Cool, huh?
Miss Lilian, we'd like to thank you for all the fun. Took us there, and you took us there. And it is just because you really care. Where our journey goes, oh, it begins. It's part of why our planet will extend. And if we do our part and use our heart, fulfill our mission we've had from the start. Lilian, Miss Lilian, we'd like to thank you for all the fun while you took us here.